So Hare Krishna. We welcome everyone for today's discussion on Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Manual of Life. So before we proceed ahead, please some of you can share what we discussed yesterday. So we discussed about ways how we can attain to the spiritual world. A, B, C, D, E. A for association of devotees. B for book reading like Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. C for chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. D for diet, Mahaprasadam. And E for engagement, means engagement in Krishna's service. So this we discuss. So now today's this is last session, session 8. So in this session we'll understand that we are spirit soul. We are encased in this material body, material world, and our true home, real home is a spiritual world. So the purpose of life is to go back home, back to God, it is spiritual home, and Krishna is the supreme God. Then if it is so, then why there is so many different kinds of religion? So many diversity is there. Why? So is it that there are so many gods and there are so many different destinations, different goals of life? It cannot be so. So in this session, we'll try to understand this, discover the essence, the true unity in diversity. So although there are diversity, different ways and means are there, but in essence, principally, all religion teaches the same thing, and all religion propose the same goal of life. That we try to understand from this session. So there is no, actually there is no difference in between so many different types of religion. Every religion ultimately teaches one to surrender to God. That is the essence of all religion. The ways and means may be different, but that does not make any difference. You will understand. Then the second question arises, why it is so made? Why so many different varieties of religious system are given? What is the reason? If ultimately everything, the ultimate goal of life is one and the same, and essence is also same, principles are also same, and why there is variation in modes of worship, following dharma, rules and regulations, why it is so? So this session will help you to understand this. So if God is one, this is the question. If God is one, then why are there so many religions? Why there are so many religions? Why many religions are there? Taoism, Hinduism, Judaism, Christianity, Islam, Sikhism, Buddhist, and atheist. Atheist is not a religion, but there are different categories of people who live in this world. Why so many varieties? And we'll understanding about God, and we'll understand about Srila Prabhupada, the ambassador from the spiritual world. These three things will be covered in this session. First of all, we'll discuss why there are so many different types of religious religion, and then what different levels of understanding about God are presented in different religious system, and then we'll understand for modern day the ambassador from the spiritual world, how Srila Prabhupada is the ambassador from the spiritual world. So why many religions? So principles of every religion are same. If you see, what are the principles of religion? That one should approach a spiritual master in order to get the understanding of God. The second principle is God is one. There is only one God, and our duty is to love Him, love of God. And third is one should obey God's laws and return to God's kingdom. and one should not perform any sinful activity, and one should glorify the holy names of God and sacrifice and renunciation of material pleasure. One should abandon the enjoying mentality from this world. One should be renounced of material pleasure. So these are few principles of religion, which are present in all different kinds of religion. Doesn't matter what is outward dressing of religion, but these principles are there. The case may be differently situated in some of the religion. All these principles are there, but in some of the religion, it may so happen that these principles are not so means you can say strictly followed. That may be the case, but actually these principles are there in the scriptures. So we cannot remain atheists and wear the garb of secularism. We have to practice these principles. The religion means practicing these principles. That is religion. So it doesn't matter if anyone may belong to any kind of religion. It doesn't matter. If somebody is following all these principles strictly, then he will get promoted to the higher destination of life. There is no doubt about it. That's why when Srila Prabhupada he went to Western countries, he didn't say that you change your religion and become Hindu. He didn't say like this. He simply requested that you love God. You try to understand God. That's all he requested, everyone. And if you don't know who God is, I'm presenting. Here is God. Krishna is God. So what is the difficult to accept Krishna as God? You remain Christian, doesn't matter. You remain, you may remain Christian or Muslim, whatever religion, doesn't matter. You worship Krishna. That's all. Because Krishna is the God. In your Bible also, Prabhupada very boldly he preached. He said, in Bible, it is said, God created everything. And Krishna is that God who created everything. So what is the problem? You only know God created everything. And I am giving you the name of God, address of God. I'm telling you the personality God. So what is the difficulty? You accept it. Just like if somebody says, Prime Minister controls everything, and Prime Minister is such and such a person, and that person is willing to meet Prime Minister. So if I come to him and I tell him that I know the Prime Minister, he is Narendra Modi, and I know the way how you can meet him. So what is the difficulty? You are already accepting Prime Minister, but you don't know who Prime Minister is. So I'm telling you, Narendra Modi is Prime Minister, you accept it. Otherwise, you tell me who is Prime Minister. So Srila Prabhupada very boldly he preached. He went to padris, fathers of churches. He asked them, uh, that your religion teaches that the God is everything, God creates everything. So that's very much true, and we accept Jesus our Guru. Somebody asked Srila Prabhupada, what is your opinion about Jesus Christ? So Srila Prabhupada he very enthusiastically said, yes, Jesus is our Guru. We accept him our Guru. Why? Because he preached God consciousness all over the world. So he preached that one should surrender to God, one should obey the laws of God. So that's why we are also preaching. So he is our senior, he is our guru, so we accept him. So Prabhupada, we asked those fathers and padri that the thing which you are practicing, the same thing we are teaching, but we are giving you exact details, name of God also. So what is the difficulty? Either you should present somebody, you should bring somebody, and you should prove that he is God. Otherwise, if you cannot bring somebody, you cannot tell us the name of God. So I am telling you the name of God. So what is the difficulty in accepting? And I am not saying that you blindly accept. We have full religion, full reason and logic behind this. We can prove it from Vedic scriptures. Just like the Bible is authorized book of knowledge given by Jesus Christ. Similarly, nobody can defy the authority of Vedas. That is also a fact. Nobody can defy the authority of Vedas. So as much as Bible is a bona fide religious scripture, similarly Vedas are also bona fide religious scriptures. So in Bible you only get to know about the principles of religion. You only get to know about God created everything, but exact name and exact qualities and the form of God is not mentioned. So those things are given in the Vedas. So you accept those things. So it's not that Bible is a different religious scriptures and Vedas are different religious scriptures. No, it's not like that. Just like suppose if somebody studies, uh, suppose somebody is studying mathematics, or suppose if you take a dictionary, if you want to find out some meaning of some word. So if you refer to pocket dictionary, you may not find all the words. So you can refer to Oxford dictionary where you will find everything. Whatever lacking is there, whatever lacking is there in the pocket dictionary. So you can take advantage of Oxford dictionary. So that does not mean that that means these two kinds of dictionary are not different dictionaries. They are same dictionaries, but in one dictionary, not all the words are given. But in Oxford dictionary, there are many more words are there. So one should take advantage of this. So in this way, Srila Prabhupada requested everyone, and that's why he was successful. Those, especially those who were his younger generation, they could understand the logic and reasoning of Srila Prabhupada, and they immediately accepted Krishna as God, and they started worshipping. So this question that why scriptures are differently made. So this is because of different kinds of audience. The scriptures are based on audience, just like mathematics. A small child also studies mathematics, but he studies elementary mathematics. So he may not understand 2 minus 5 what it is, but high score student, he knows 2 minus 5 is minus 3. And graduation is student, he can also understand function and calculus, all these things he can understand. So similarly, different kinds of religion, they propose different kinds of these principles of religion according to the level of the audience. Just like in Islam, it is said all animals except pig and dog can be eaten after sacrifice. So, and Christianity says Roman Catholics take meat every day except Friday. There are some regulations. Seeing the situation of pupil, the different scriptures have given some kind of regulation which they can accept or adopt. But in Sanatan Dharma, it is clearly mentioned meat eating is a pillar of sinful life, and true spiritual life cannot begin until we show much towards all God's creatures. So, Sanatan Dharma completely rejects this meat eating, while other religions they also reject meat eating. But seeing the situation of the audience, people, they have given some concession, some regulations they have put, so that gradually they may get promoted to the higher level and come to the standard of Sanatan Dharma. Just like the small first and second standard boy and girl. So they are also taught mathematics, but they are only taught some basic mathematics so that they may gradually upgrade themselves, and they may gradually come to the level of understanding calculus, function, integration, differentiation. So that is why different kinds of religious systems have been given. So Islam came some 1300 years ago. Christianity came some 2000 years ago. Buddhism 2500 years ago. And Bhagavad Gita was spoken to Arjuna 5000 years ago. But actually, Sanatan Dharma is beyond that. From the dawn of creation, it has no beginning, no end at all. That is the Sanatan Dharma. That means Sanatan Dharma includes everything, all the principles mentioned in any religious system. Those all the principles in the most purest form are already mentioned in Sanatan Dharma. Rather, in Sanatan Dharma, uh, all those principles are also mentioned which are not available in other religious systems. So that means you can say Sanatan Dharma is a universal set. In mathematics, we study this concept, a universal set, and all other religious systems, they are a subset of this universal set. So if somebody can accept the principles of Sanatan Dharma, so he is already practicing all other religious systems. That's why Srila Prabhupada boldly said, We are true Muslim, we are true Christian. Prabhupada said that I don't find a true Christian in your country. He spoke to fathers also, Bob and fathers, because they didn't follow the principle. They used to take meat. Jesus Christ said, "Thou shall not kill," and they are expert in killing and eating meat. That's why Prabhupada said, whatever Christ has given his principles in the Bible. So we are 100% we are following those principles. That's why we are true Christians. Whatever principles are there in Islam, we are following it. So we are true Muslim and we are true Buddhism. Because Sanatana Dharma includes all other principles are included. So Sanatana Dharma means eternal religion. Sanatana Dharma and Islam, there is a comparison between these two religions. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, great Acharya of our Gaudiya Sampradaya, he was the father of Srila Bhaktivedanta Swati Thakur. So he studied all different kinds of religious system. He studied Islam, Christianity, and all others. And he was an Acharya of Sanatana Dharma. So in his book Jaiva Dharma, she very beautifully he compares and analyzes the principles, the essential common principles of all the religion and speciality of Sanatana Dharma over all other religious system. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur compares like this. So in Sanatana Dharma, there is concept of Jiva, individual soul. In Quran also there is concept of Jiva, Atma, which is known as Ruh. Sanatana Dharma concept of Chit is spiritual, and spirituality is known in Islam as Mujarrad. So we say material body is known as Achit, and Islam they say Jism. And liberated soul, Mukta Jiva, liberated soul are known as Mukta Jiva. In Islam, they are known as Ruh Mujarrad. And Baddha Jiva, conditioned soul, Ruh Tarkibi. And Mala, impurity, ignorance, Ajnanata of this material world is Malfut. It's in this way, spiritual world, Parvyam, concept of Parvyam, spiritual world is also given in Islam. And love of Godhead is also given in Islam. God, Ishwar, Khuda. So like this, soul is eternal servant of God. Jivere Swarupa hai Krishnera Nitya Das. And in Islam also, Ruh remains an eternal servitor, Banda of Khuda, Banda of God. So these concepts are there in all the religious system. The only thing is one has to understand it clearly. So do they say the same thing? Yes. So there is a conversation between Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Kaji 500 years back. So they had a very beautiful conversation. So Kaji proposed principles of religion from his scripture, Quran. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, referring to Vedas, he analyzed and proved that all those principles are there in Vedas also. Kaji replied, what you refer to as the Jiva and the soul, we call Ruh. This Ruh is found in two conditions, Ruh Mujarrad, the conscious liberated soul, and Ruh Tarkibi, conditioned soul. This is mentioned. Conditioned soul and liberated soul concept is there in Vedic literature, and that is also there in the Quran. That means Quran, Islam, they also accept that we are not this body, we are a spirit soul, and there is reincarnation. So what you referred to as a spirit called Mujar, so all these things are there, which I already mentioned. So every soul will have taste of death. The life of this world is but comfort of illusion. So this is mentioned in all the scriptures. Every soul has to undergo death. Janma mrityu jara vyadhi dukha dosh anu darshan. Our real problems of life are birth, death, old age, and disease. And the comforts of this material world is just illusory. That is also mentioned in all the scriptures. But those who keep their duty to their Lord, for them are gardens underneath which rivers flow, wherein they will be safe forever. That is mentioned in other scriptures also, and that we find In Vrindavan, Yamuna river flows, and garden Vrindavan is there. Lord Krishna is there. So we exactly know. In other scriptures, they just write, they just have mentioned that the spiritual world, in the spiritual world there are gardens, and underneath which river flows, wherein everything uh, they will be safe forever. There will be no death. So these concepts are there, but not exactly, names are not mentioned. But we know the names also. Vrindavan is there, Yamuna river is there, and Krishna is there. And anybody who goes there, yad gadvan anivartante tad dham paramam mama, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, after attaining to my spiritual abode, one never returns to this miserable material world. So Sanatan Dharma and Christianity. So in Bhagavad Gita, na tadbhasyate suro, na sasanko, na pavaka. That abode of mine is not illumined by the sun or moon, nor by electricity. One who reaches it never returns to this material world. Lord Krishna spoke to the Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita. There the sun does not shine, neither do the moon, that stars, nor do these flashes of lightning shine. What to speak of fire? He shining, all this shine, through his luster, all these are very still illumined. So that's what the Upanishad it is also mentioned. And similarly, in Christianity Bible also this is mentioned. And there shall be no night there, and they need no candle, neither light of the sun, nor the Lord God to give them light, and they shall reign forever and ever. So this same thing is mentioned. The principle or the nature of the spiritual world, which is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, Sutta Upanishad, that is also mentioned in Bible. There are so much similarity. But in Bhagavad Gita, Sanatana Dharma, it's like Oxford Dictionary. It is complete package. There is nothing remained to be known. That's why in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, I shall not declare unto you in full this knowledge, both material as well as spiritual, by knowing which there shall remain nothing further to be known. Krishna told Arjuna that whatever knowledge I am giving you, Arjuna, in Bhagavad Gita, this is complete universal knowledge. There shall be nothing which shall remain for you to know. But in Bible, Jesus said, there is much that I have to tell you, but you cannot bear it now. So whatever little bit I have given you, you just practice it. So if you practice it sincerely, one day you will be promoted to Sanatan Dharma, and then you shall be able to understand the truth in full. So, so that's why this Christianity, Islam, or other religious system, they are subsets of universal religion known as Sanatan Dharma. So there is no difference actually. That is the main point we should always remember. There is no difference. There are no different religious systems are not there. Only one religious system is there, Sanatan Dharma. And for different kinds of audience, some subsets have been given to different kinds of audience so that they may be gradually elevated to the standard of Sanatan. So different religions, but there is same message. But the Vedic knowledge has complete knowledge, depth of Vedic knowledge. Depth of verifiable and inconceivable information in the Vedas is far greater than other scriptures. Just like one example is there. In Bible, God said, let there be light, and there was light. God said, let there be earth, and there was earth. But in the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, we find more information regarding this. Srimad Bhagavatam, on the other hand, gives step-by-step information of how the creation of the universe as well as living entities takes place. The Sankhya or count philosophy of 24 elements of the universe given in the Vedic scriptures is scientifically explainable and provable. So that is the difference. So in Bible, only this much is mentioned. God thought, let there be creation, and there was creation. God thought, let there be light, so there was light. But how light came into existence, how creation came into existence, what is the process scientifically, how it is all made, these informations are not mentioned in the Bible. But these are the this information knowledge is given in Vedic scriptures in more detail. So many religions say God is great, God is love, God is all might, but they hardly give any information about how God is the greatest person, how he reciprocates love with his devotees through colorful pastime. That means teachings and principles are same in Bible, Islam, everything. They accept that God is great, God is love, God is almighty. But in those scriptures, there is no much information how God is greatest person, how does he look like, and how God is love, means how he reciprocates with his devotees with pastimes. That is not mentioned. But in our Sanatana Dharma scriptures, Puranas, Bhagavatam, all these things are analyzed in more detail. So this analogy of this dictionary I have already mentioned. Pocket dictionary is like other religion system can be accepted as pocket dictionary, while Sanatan Dharma is like Chambers dictionary, Oxford dictionary, the Vedas and scriptures. So that is the way of knowing a religious system. So there are different kinds of religious system, but actually they are not different. They are one and the same. But according to the time, place, circumstances, and audience, some part of the religion has given to a particular kind of audience to practice those subset of Sanatan Dharma so that gradually they may uplift their consciousness and come to the level of accepting Sanatan Dharma. So thank you very much. With this, we'll stop here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.